Hi guys. I want to give a couple of disclaimers. Trying to get my thing situated. Yeah, I want to give a couple of disclaimers before I even start this video. Disclaimer number one, this is a video about feminine health and feminine hygiene. If that's something that makes you feel a little squeamish, I definitely suggest that you exit out and don't watch this video. My second disclaimer, which is to be taken very serious, is that anything, hold on, let me try and get better light. Okay. Um, Anything that I suggest or anything that I show you guys in this video is to be taken with a grain of salt. In terms of like your doctor, always talk to your doctor first. Don't take my word for it. You have certain chemical sensitivities, or if you have conditions, talk to your doctor. So that's my minute disclaimer. Okay, so I shouldn't see any stupid shit in the comments. Okay, so I wanted to talk a little bit about pH balance and how pH balance is so important for women. I had seen on the Rolling Stone article that Cardi B was like, what the hell did she say? Something like, she doesn't want to she doesn't want a repeat of the worst yeast infection she's ever had since 2017. And I have to say that as women, we go through different hormonal imbalances, and they cause like the majority of our health issues. Our health issues actually, especially when it comes to feminine hygiene and vaginal health, are more related to hormones than they are any particular pathogen or self-produced pathogen. And I can go into a whole thing about women's health and how things such as bacterial vaginosis and hold on, yeast infections and even UTIs have nothing to do with most of the time have nothing to do with a sexual partner. It can come to women that have never had sex before or abstinent, and it's more about hormonal fluctuations and a hormonal balance and a pH balance, right? So I had discovered this remedy for hormonal pH balance in your vagina. I think it's called Earth Clinic. I'm not 100% sure. But I also was like scouring Amazon because people often suggest probiotics. And I can say there are a bunch of different remedies for it. But something that is absolutely crucial in, not only can it cure BV, it can cure yeast infections and it prevents reoccurrence. And that is boric acid suppositories. So let me talk a little bit about boric acid. If you know, boric acid is like used as, it's like a non-harmful agent in like killing roaches. They also use it in different like cleaning solutions. It's a fairly harsh chemical. Oh, disclaimer number 3. What I'm talking about here is something you should never, oh my God, my allergies. It's something you should never, ever swallow. This is a suppository, so if you don't know what a suppository is, Google it. But I'm going to tell you what it is also. It means that it's for insertion into, oh, well, suppositories in general, they have suppositories for, oh my God, my nose, for the anus, for constipation, and they also have it for your vagina. And so that's what this is. This is a suppository, a vaginal suppository. So what does that mean, right? All right. So boric acid is used as a what do you call it? Yeah, a non-lethal, doesn't harm the tissue surrounding um, your vagina. It literally just balances your pH, and in balancing your pH, it resolves the issue of a yeast infection or a BV. I'm not 100% sure with the UTI, but I know that long-term use can prevent UTIs. I think UTIs are definitely something if you're in the thick of it, you'll probably need to get some antibiotics, unfortunately. And the thing is, with the antibiotics, it becomes this vicious cycle with women because the antibiotics throws off the healthy bacteria. So basically, like when things get thrown off, it's like you have unhealthy bacteria, you have healthy bacteria, and sometimes that balance gets messed up. It needs to be at a certain level so that you can function and everything is copacetic down there. So, as well in your gut as well. Yeah, so basically, that's what the boric acid suppositories do. And um, as far as I know, this is the only company that sells boric acid suppositories like commercially in terms of like being like a corporate company. You can find these on Amazon. I will link below. Obviously, I'm not sponsored. I have less than 1,000 subscribers, but I do have a referral link that I'll post. But I'll also post a non-referral link in case you just, you don't want to support it or support me. And that's absolutely fine because I think that this is that important. People need to know about boric acid. It literally saves lives, literally. There's also another. Oh, once again, this is called PhD. It's called PhD. Feminine health support promotes healthy pH balance. It comes 60 in the bottle. It is only for insertion for a suppository. I don't know if you guys can see. Okay, so yeah, it's basically like just a pill, but it's a pill that is a suppository. So that's what it's like. It's in pill form. So they also have boric acid that I buy that's actually half the cost because this might run you about $25 on eBay, and I'll link my favorite seller below. And these are people that make it that do it homegrown, like because you can actually make this yourself. So these are people that sell it commercially, but they're not like a corporate brand, and they're half the cost, and it's just the same effectiveness. But if you're just like kind of like I want to just try this out first, I would go with PhD. I bought them first and then I switched over. Now, I will also link that eBay link below to the seller. That is also a non-referral link because I don't have any referral stuff for eBay. And thirdly, the way you can get your hands on some boric acid is you can buy it, powder form boric acid on Amazon, and then you can buy vegetarian capsules, size 0, I believe. And if you buy, or 00, and you fill those with it, and then you can insert it that way. So what should your insertion schedule be like? You should use the suppositories, I would say after a bath or shower. I would say it's up to you. I would say if you're healthy in that area, 2 to 3 times a week. I would say just about that. If you're unhealthy or you're currently in a yeast infection or bacterial vaginosis or anything like that, it does not cure STDs. Okay, so don't go to your go to your doctor if you feel like you have an STD, which you should go to your GYN anyway. I think you can use it like, hold on, what does it say? Yeah, 1 before bed. Yeah, they're safe to use as much as you want. But I think you should look online and look on Amazon. I think you can do like 2 or 3 a day for 7 days or 10 days, and that'll clear up the infection. Now a note, you're like, okay, this shit is like, it kills roaches. It seems pretty intense. It's a cleaning agent. Does it hurt? No, it should not hurt you. You put it in the capsule, you won't feel much of anything. You might feel a little tingling, very slight, like from a level 10 from a level 1 to 10, like 1.5. Like it shouldn't be anything crazy. Perhaps your first or second time, perhaps it'll be a little more tingling, but you should overall be okay. You shouldn't have, an adverse reaction, and if you do, obviously, stop using it. But that's my responsible advice, is if you feel adverse reaction, stop it. But also, I also know that a lot of times things feel a little uncomfortable, but they're actually working. So you have to kind of balance that, and you have to have a certain maturity level to understand and see, is this actually harming me, or is it just, it's working, it's just a little uncomfortable. So you have to gauge that yourself. But I hope that this has been helpful. I don't want to talk too much about this. If you have more questions, let me know. I just thought I would share it because I don't think a lot of women know this. I think women go in this cycle of antibiotics, probiotics, more antibiotics, like antibiotics for like a UTI, and then they get a supplementary secondary infection, then they get a different type of antibiotics, or like Flagell, but also something else, diflucan, and it just goes on and 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 on. And I'm glad I'm 29 and I can talk about these things and I feel absolutely no embarrassment. Like, this is about your feminine health, and you will have no issue. You will be good. Like, literally, these save lives. Boric acid suppositories save lives. I recommend it to every woman I know. Don't get out of the cycle of antibiotics and pills, and get into the cycle of preventative care and natural products, and making your own remedies and probiotics. So I hope that was helpful for you guys. Okay, I'll talk to you bunnies later. Bye.